Hi there, just want to give you an update on the case mod project. Things haven't quite gone according to plan. We've had a few issues which I want to show you. And if I can just take the side panel off. Now the first thing you'll notice is we have a different CPU cooler on there. And also you'll notice there's some heat spreaders on the memory. Well, I got those heat spreaders for the memory because I thought it would be nice to make them look good, as you can see them through the side window. Now, they're not really going to serve any purpose, as I say, other than to look good. And then I quite liked the gold, so I thought it'd be good to go for this Golden Orb 2 cooler. And I got that installed and got it up and running, and it unfortunately caused a short on the motherboard, which then blew out the power supply. But thanks to a friend of mine, I've managed to get another power supply. This is a PowerMan 300 watt power supply. In fact, it gave me a whole computer. So I've also changed the motherboard on here as well. So we've gone for an MSI 915 GM4, which is a slightly better motherboard. Now the problem I've now got with this power supply is it doesn't fit very well, and in actual fact it's caused a bit of a bulge in the back here, and it's because there's a lip under here that the power supply fits onto, and this fan guard was rubbing against it. Now I've flipped the fan guard around, but now it rubs against the fan. So I think we're going to have to take that out and probably bend that lip off completely, or maybe do some cutouts in it or something to make that power supply fit. Also, because this power supply doesn't have an aux connector, we don't have any power connected up to the terminal block at the moment, so these fans aren't in operation. So, but I will be using one of the SATA connectors. So I've just got a SATA extender on order, so rather than cut up the cables on this power supply, I thought we could use an extender and then cut the end off that and then connect that to the terminal block. So a few changes which we need to do. So, but the first thing is to try and get that that power supply sorted. Well, as you can see, I've now got this up and running, and that's the Golden Orb 2 cooler. It's got blue LEDs in it at the moment, and I'm just hoping somehow I'll be able to change those out for purple. If not, unlike the fans on the back that were really brightly blue, I might be happy to leave those as they are, because those are very, very small LEDs in that fan, so it might be just too fiddly a job. But we've managed to get the power supply sorted. You probably can't see, but I've managed to bend the lip down enough. I didn't know whether it was going to be possible with these fans being so close to the power supply, but I've managed to bend the metal lip down just enough so that the fan guard doesn't get in the way, and it also means that there's not so much of a bulge at the back. There's still a bit of a bulge. I'll be honest with you, this case is made of very thin metal, so it's not a brilliant case, but the reason why I'm doing it is because it doesn't cost me anything if this all goes wrong. One of my jobs I was thinking of doing was putting a hole in the back here for the retention plate for a cooler, but I'm not convinced that this is really going to be up to having a big hole cut in it. I think it might compromise the structure of the case somewhat, so I think we might just have to leave that solid. You can already see, I don't know if you can see, there it is, not exactly straight anyway, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful how I manage this case, to be honest, because it isn't the strongest thing in the world. But anyway, that's where we are with it. So a little bit of a setback, and but it's been solved. As it turned out, I hadn't fully shorted out the other motherboard. I thought that the original motherboard was actually dead, but it wasn't. Once I'd sorted out the short, what I needed to do was actually put washers on this side as well. For some reason, these MSI motherboards, they have a lot of circuitry that is very close to the holes in the motherboard where the cooler fits through. So it was okay initially, but obviously it made contact and then shorted out. So useful to know. You get the fibre washers with this to go on the back of the motherboard, but none to go on the front. So it's a good job I had some more fibre washers. But anyway, I'm happy with that. We're almost getting to the point where I'm settled on the hardware for this and pretty much how it's all going to work. And we're almost to the point where we can probably rip all of this out and start getting it painted. Now I have thought of a colour scheme. I think we've decided how we're going to do this. I love the black and white fans so much that I think that's going to be the colour scheme. We're going to go for black on the outside, white on the inside. Happens to be the colours of my favourite rugby league team. And they have a song called Old Faithful. And I think that's going to be the name for this project, Old Faithful. So I think we're going to run with that as well. The good thing about the purple lighting is that on one of the kits that they had, they did have some purple lining, some purple trim to go with the black and white. So I think this is going to fit really well with that, and I'm glad to kind of have a theme and an idea for it. So watch out for that. I think it's all going to look good when it's finished. But thanks for watching.